Yo, what is going on, car people of this world? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. Today we have the Lexus LS 430 that's been sat here for close to 2 months. We're gonna go back in time and kind of learn why this car is just sitting here and it's not been on the channel. So today is the 17th of August. We're gonna go back roughly 2 months to when this car first broke down. Just had some dinner. Matt's back in town, so we just grabbed some dinner with him. Just tried turning on the car, which we're gonna do this again, and hopefully it works. Wow. Wow. Module's not working, so there's no way for me to air the car up, and we're fully aired out right now. Well, I have a feeling that this is gonna be a long night. Yeah, the front of the car totally aired out, but the back of the car is aired up. So if we could ride a wheelie, we could get it home, but we can't do that. So we're gonna run to the store and try to get another USB to micro USB cable and see if that works. Alrighty, we're back. We got the micro USB to USB cable. That's the replacement for this. It was $8, and apparently it's a data cord that is supposed to work. ChatGPT said it would, so let's plug it in and give it a shot. Here's the cable. Hey, all right. What do we think?
Over or under Sam's getting towed home?
No, dude.
What's the reset sequence?
So we just learned to reset the whole system. We got to unplug the manifold connector here. Ooh, there we go. Wait a little while.
5 to 10 seconds. Let's see about the fuse.
It's still like it's fully connected. It can't be the fuse.
The fuse itself looks fine.
Alright guys, so here's what we're working with. Pretty much we went to Walmart, Target, and the cables that they have still do not light up the controller. So I called my tow truck guy. He's clutch. Gonna be pulling up soon. I think what I should do is try to change out the fuses that are under there and see if we can get one to at least just light up to get the screen back on. And if it doesn't work before he gets here, then we're getting towed home. Poor thing. But here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. This man has hooked me up one too many times. Let's go, dude, let's go. Look at this setup, man. We got boards on boards to get this thing up in the air. We're about to get it going up right now. Got the car in neutral. We're just gonna help steer it right onto the truck. Almost up, that is so close. We are hands off. Setting the emergency brake. Turn the car off. We are good to go. Well, there she is, all parked up. Yeah, we'll end it on that note. We're gonna need to order in a official 3P air performance cable, and hopefully it'll all work. So at this point in the game, I'm 100% convinced that it is either the cord from Airlift that has gone bad or the remote itself. So we went and ruled out those two things. I went online and ordered in a brand new replacement USB display cable directly from Airlift and hit up my good friend Darrell with his incredible wide-bodied Challenger with the same 3P air suspension kit on the LS 430. He was generous enough to let me borrow his remote just so that we can rule out the remote as a potential problem. Definitely check out his Instagram. I'll leave it linked in the description below. Back in the 430, we now have power. Let's try to put the key in, see what we got. Oh, got power. Now, usually this would turn on this remote. We would hear the air compressor starting, but we're not. So let's change out this remote real quick. Remote still does not work. This is Darrell's remote with the new cord. I think the only other thing that I can really try is starting the car. It's not gonna start now though. Yeah, not yet. All right, boys, we're gonna take a quick quick moment away from the Lexus LS430 and talk about today's video sponsor, Coverado. You guys already know that these are the best seat covers in the game. So my good friend Christian here is off to college, and well, Coverado has been generous enough to send us some for his road trip. He's driving all the way down to Florida, but he wants to be going in style and in comfort, so we got the Coverado seat covers for him. We're gonna get these opened up real quick and installed. It's a very simple process. While we open up these seat covers, take advantage of the discount code on screen right now for a percentage off at checkout. Don't miss out. Let's take a look at what Coverado has graciously sent us. We got the headrests for the front seats, we got the seat back and the seat cover itself, and then we have everything that's gonna go into the back seats as well. You ready to get these things in?
Freaking do
Let's do it. So we're gonna start with the driver's side seat covers first for the install. Coverado makes it super simple to get these things installed with the clamps right here. All that we have to do is feed these through the seat and get them strapped down. Let's get it done. So we just got the seat part of the seat cover installed, and it literally took me like, what, a minute and a half at the most to get
Honestly,
it installed?
probably a minute.
Probably even less, right?
Pretty quick.
Yeah. Super simple. We had these straps that go underneath the seat and they just buckle in to secure it. And then in the front here, we have these little hooks that make it super simple just to ground it to your seat, and that thing is not going anywhere. That thing is staying nice and solid. Next, we're gonna hop on to the back of the actual seat itself, and we're just gonna slide it right over the seat. Just like that. Now that we got the seat back itself on, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these buckles that we have here in the front, we're gonna slide them through underneath the seat, just like that, and then connect them up with the other straps that are here on the other side. Perfect, just like that. And now this seat is not going anywhere once we get the rest of these on real quick. We have 3 of them. There we go. They're all in, and this seat cover is perfectly on. We're gonna move on to the headrest, and this seat will be done. The last part of the seat cover set is obviously the headrests, which is arguably the easiest thing to do. We're just gonna slide this on like this, and the Velcro tucks up and under once it is nice and tight. Just like that. Looking absolutely fire. We'll slide it right back in like this, and before we slide it all the way down, we're just gonna button up the top of the seat cover to make sure it has a nice seamless finish. And that right there, my friends, is one seat cover installed. Take a look. The driver and passenger side are the exact same, so I'm gonna go install that one real quick, and then we will work on the back seats. As promised, literally in probably close to 5 minutes, got the passenger side and the driver's side seat installed, looking absolutely amazing. Gonna jump into the back and work on these guys. First thing that we're gonna do is drop the seats down so that we are able to move them freely. This will allow us to get them installed so much easier. Once you lean the seats forward, you're able to pop out this rear seat. Now that we have the back seats off, we're gonna toss on these rear seat covers. Super simple on how to do it. We're gonna take this bungee strap right here, hold it down the middle, grab our back buckle, feed it through, and connect up the front, just like that. And the second is going to go just like that. And we'll move on to the other side. Connect it in. And the last one, just like that. Got the full rear seats done. You just put this flap in the middle and it just velcros it down like that. One thing that I have noticed is, especially for the back seats to get them out and whatnot, definitely have 2 people on your team to get this one done. In the middle of getting the back seats in, and we are about to get absolutely hammered with rain. So I'm gonna pull the Porsche inside. Porsche's all tucked away. Now we're back to business. It's getting pretty dark in here, but pretty much what we're doing is we're just strapping down the back seat covers. Right under here, we're using the black discs in conjunction with the bars that are on the seats, just to wrap the straps around so that they stay nice and tight. Christian's getting this one wrapped up right now. These seats are looking absolutely great. We got to get this one straightened out, and then we're gonna put these headrests on just like that, and then we just gonna put the middle part in, and then we are all complete. Back seats are all complete. I can't believe we're getting totally clouded out here. Sunlight's no longer here, that really stinks. But they look absolutely amazing. All we had to do is get this headrest on, just connect it into the headrest post, and of course the front seats are all complete as well. Oh my gosh. So once again, massive shout out to Coverado for sending me in these seat covers, and well, actually sending Christian in these seat covers. If you guys want to pick up a pair of these for yourself or for a gift for a friend, family, loved one, whoever it may be, I'm gonna put a discount code up on screen right now for a percentage off at checkout. So honestly, if you guys are in the market for seat covers, bro, who are they going with?
Dude, honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty excited to ride in it, even for 1,000 miles, so thanks, Coverado.
Let's go. Coverado all day, and we're gonna check in with you once you get down to Florida to see how you liked it, and then that'll be the ultimate test.
Let's do it.
Heck yeah, dude.
I'm down.
Awesome. All right, bro.
Appreciate it.
Drive safe, yo.
Thanks.
Now that all the easy stuff was finished being checked, i.e. fuses, the USB cord, the module, it's time to start digging deep into the trunk and trying to understand what is going on with this car. I got in touch with Air Performance, and they told me that I could send in parts to them if I paid for the shipping. They would diagnose it, and if anything was wrong, they would warranty the parts because of how new it is, and if nothing was found, they would send it back and I could get it installed. So I sent in my manifold. Just dropped off our package there at Staples. This car had a parasitic drain, meaning that whenever I would leave the car off, the battery would die in less than 24 hours, and I would need to jump it anytime I wanted to get into the car. Once I disconnected the manifold from the car, the parasitic drain went away. Once I learned that, I figured that there was something wrong with the manifold. That is why I sent it into Air Performance. Today is all about the Lexus LS430 and what is inside this box. That is right, we finally got the manifold back from Airlift. They sent that to me complimentary. It's brand new. It is the manifold for this car. That is what went bad, and that's the reason why the airbags are completely dumped right now. So we're gonna open that up in a second, but first we have to see if this car starts. The parasitic drain did go away after we took that off, but unfortunately it is dead because it's still been sitting for like 3 weeks, and after you jump and let the battery die and then jump and let it die and jump and let it die, it wears out pretty bad. So we low-key might need a new battery, unfortunately. But yo, if we can get this car back on the road today, I will be a happy man, that's for sure. So let's jump it real quick and get this thing installed. Both lights are lit. That's a good sign. Let's take a look at what we got while the car is charging. So we got the new push to connect things, I forget what they're called, and of course the manifold itself. Get this thing out of the bubble wrap. There we go. Perfect. Brand new manifold. So it needs to be threaded first, and then it allows for it to be pushed to connect. Let's get these in real quick. All of the push to connect units have been installed onto the manifold. We're gonna set this down. We're gonna try to get the LS430 started. Hopefully it's been charging long enough, but we will see if she fires up. First try. Oh. All right, round two. Good Lord, dude, are you kidding me? What is going on? You know what they say, third time is a charm. Oh no, that was so close. It's not gonna go now. That's interesting. Didn't record it, but fifth time is a charm. Holy cow, that took probably close to a half an hour. So before I jack the car up and get this new manifold on, I'm just gonna connect everything, plug it in, and then see if everything works. If it does, then we'll properly reinstall it. Here is the final piece. Hopefully the air compressor goes on right now. Uh-oh. Well, this did not go as planned per usual. I have no idea what's happening with this car. New manifold did not work at all, which makes me wonder why they sent me a new one, because they would only send me a new one if they found a problem with the old one. So this is very strange. I texted the guy who installed it, and he is such a good dude. Like, I don't even know what I would do without him. But the guy who installed this kit has been back and forth with me in regard to the problem that this car is having, and we're gonna go try to figure it out. He is going to come over this Thursday night, and we're gonna get it diagnosed. So I did a little bit of troubleshooting with him over the phone, and obviously nothing worked. The battery is also dead again. I had the car running for quite some time and it already died, so I'll probably have to get a new battery for it. But this is getting to be like, it's just annoying. Like, it's just annoying. It's fun when it works, but oh my gosh, it's just annoying, and it's getting to become a waste of money. This one too, and the Porsche. I just want it all gone, dude. Get rid of all this crap. I'm about to start walking everywhere. Anyway, we're gonna take the 460 over to a quote that we have tonight for the landscaping business. Thankfully this car can roll around without having to be aired up. I'll see you guys on Thursday when owner gets here. Alright, it is 10 o'clock on Thursday night, and here we are with the Lexus LS 430. And talk about a crazy good service. We've got Mr. Owner back in the house working on the 430 again. Made the trip down to see what is happening with this car. So we're just doing some general testing right now. And once we can hopefully diagnose what is happening, then we'll be able to get it fixed. So we're making some groundbreaking, literally groundbreaking. The ground has broke, and when we bypass it to the chassis, we finally get a reading off of the remote. We can see up here our remote is turned on. This is the first time it's turned on in literally 2 months. That is so amazing. So pretty much there is a bad ground, or the wire has gone bad somewhere in the car, and that's what we're going to try to figure out now. So in conclusion, it is the negative battery cable. So it's this black cord right here that runs down through the firewall right in there, and then it comes through the door. It is inside this cable right here, inside this wiring harness. It runs all the way down into the trunk, and then once it's in the trunk, it connects up to the compressor, which then, you know, obviously everything else works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get it ran, and honestly, if this doesn't work, I've spent so much time and money like on this stinking car, and at this point I just want it to run. Like, and the car runs totally fine. There's nothing wrong with the car. It is all the air suspension kit. This is something I'll talk about more in a different video, but ultimately I have to ask myself, what is my goal with this car? I mean, ideally it would be to have an air suspension kit that works and it looks sick as I'm parked, right? But the time and energy that's going into it to have that result, even after I've already had the result, what's it cost to maintain it is, from what I'm seeing, so much more than I ever expected, and so much more than it should be. I might need to just cut my losses and pick up some coilovers for this thing, or some regular suspension, that it's not going to consistently be a problem. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're looking at getting an air suspension kit, I mean, it is cool. It's a lot of fun. This isn't fun, but don't get it on a car if you only have one car. Make sure you at least have two. You need something that you're gonna be able to drive around daily, because stuff like this is just gonna happen. You know, I was even thinking, like, most of the time people don't have electrical problems, they have airline problems, and I haven't even had an airline problem yet, and that's even worse. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's always been a dream of mine to have a car on airbags, and I made it happen. But, you know, I guess it's one of those things that you gotta be careful what you wish for. Wish me luck. If you have questions about air suspension kits, hit me up on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions before you make a $5,000 investment. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.